day, everyone, and welcome to Home at the Hollow. My name is Glennis, and welcome to my kitchen. Today's recipe is a recipe, but not edible. Some of us have made great investments in wooden spoons, trays, maybe a little teak wooden knickknack, what have you. But today's recipe is for wood butter or spoon butter, whatever it is that you want to call it. So without further ado, spoon butter. I'm going to get started on my spoon, wood butter, whatever it is that you want to call it. I've got a small saucepan here. I probably have about, 2 to 3 inches. Do not bring this to a boil. All you need to do is just to bring it to where you see bubbles on the bottom and just a very slight simmer, okay? I've got my beeswax here. You're going to want to put 2 ounces of beeswax pellets in here. I have 8 ounces of my walnut oil, and although this particular mixture will last up to 1 year at a comfortable room temperature, I'm going to add just a couple of drops of some vitamin E oil just to make sure that the shelf life of this is extended a little bit. Just a couple of drops. If you take vitamin E, just 1 capsule, that's really all you need. So what I'm going to do, I've got a canning jar here. I have my pellets right here, and I'm just going to add these right in. And, if you don't have walnut oil, then grapeseed oil is really good too. Although I can't say, it's going to last an entire year, because with some oils you just simply never know. That's why I always use walnut oil for this. And of course for a couple of different reasons too. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this down just a wee bit. And yes, I'm going to use kind of the handle of one of my utensils here. That's just to kind of get a head start on getting these oiled up, right? So I'm going to just stir this until it is everything is totally melted. And I will, of course, turn the heat off and take it off the heat. And that is when I will add my vitamin E oil. During this process, you really do want to, stay with this and stir and stir. And I know it seems, maybe a little bit boring, but, this is going to make an excellent gift. This is the one that I've kind of got designated as a gift. I've been working on the lid to it, and I'm going to gift it. And then I'm going to save this one, I think, maybe for myself, maybe. But yes, stir, stir, stir. So as y'all can probably see, there's still a few little bubbles here and there. And I'm trying to get you in as close as I can. But this is basically all melted. And I'm going to set y'all down. And hopefully we can get this done fairly well. See if I can. I'm not really quite sure, but I'm gonna I've got my heat turned off. I think y'all can see, yeah. And I've got my vitamin E oil here. And I wish I had a little dropper, but I just a couple of drops. That's all I'm going to do. And it's still staying warm, which is so nice and liquid. It's a beautiful amber color. And we're going to get this poured up. And here we go. I'm going to try anyway. Let's see, I've got this one. Okay. Now, the one thing that you might want to remember about this is that this is not going to expand at all. Not at all. Let's set this aside, y'all. This isn't going to expand, so you can, you know, fill this right to where you want it to be. That should not be a problem at all. And the hard part is done. It's really not that hard, but I'm going to allow these to totally cool before I show you how I work with this particular butter. And I should have added, when you are allowing this to cool off, don't cover these at all. Just allow them to cool and allow any, you know, heat that they have there to escape. So now, really wasn't that very easy. I hope y'all give that a try. But now this is the spoon right here that I used to stir my mixture. I mean, it kind of really only made sense, right? But this is, you know, another spoon taken from the same spot, the same kitchen. And now I did allow this to soak overnight and I did buff it out, but I probably will, you know, treat it again, but I want to show you, I'm hoping that this will show up. You can see the wood grain much, much better in the red spoon, or the red, you know, spoon. But these I have are teak, lovely, lovely, whoops, spoons. Now, really, it's just super simple ingredients. Your walnut oil. Walnut oil is favored by furniture makers, and the reason it's favored by furniture makers and of course spoon aficionados is because it is considered like a drying oil. And that sounds kind of unusual, but when an oil is considered a drying oil, that means it absorbs into the wood itself, and it cures or hardens the wood. And it also makes it water resistant. I'm not going to say waterproof because I'm not really sure that there's a lot that's you can say is waterproof, but so I'm going to say water resistant. The same way with the beeswax. It helps with, you know, future cleanup, water resistancy, and of course I did add a little bit of vitamin E oil. You do not have to. This will, as I said in the video, this will keep for up to a year at, you know, kind of normal room temperature. There's barely any aroma. You can, I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start working on this spoon. Yeah, there's no odor, there's no aroma or anything like that. And you can use your fingers if you prefer. But you know, just a goodly amount, and just give it a good rub. And I personally prefer to allow them to cure overnight before you know, buffing it out and making sure there isn't anything on it. And I can tell you, and I know you guys can't feel through the video, but I can tell you the smoothness of this handle. Now these are really super cheap spoons, but I can really tell a huge difference. So I'm going to be treating all of these spoons, some of my wooden trays, and yes, you know, if you have wooden trays like this, and I even have a bigger one like this, and I have a little buddy here, and I'm going to rub him down too. If you have anything like that, I know, I believe my parents, long ago, very long ago, had like a wooden bowl, like a big wooden bowl, like a salad bowl, and, you know, little salad bowls. Those, if, you know, if you have parents or if you have them yourself, it'd be nice to, you know, treat them with this particular wood butter. Now, I would not use, now some commercial, I'm not going to say all of them, but some commercial wood butters or spoon butters, whatever it is that you want to call it, do have the beeswax, but instead of a walnut oil, they will use a mineral oil. Mineral oil does not soak into the wood. It washes away pretty quick, and it's a petroleum byproduct. So I'm going to say no to a petroleum byproduct. But, you know, that's basically all you do is just give them a good coating, allow them to cure overnight, and come back and just give them, you know, oops, a goodly wipe. And now for spoons, something that you're going to be washing, I'm guessing maybe weekly, some of us daily, I would probably do this maybe once a month, something like this, on spoons like this. And I wouldn't hesitate to do it because with the walnut oil, it's only going to benefit your wood. Now, for things like this, once, maybe twice a year, maybe, they're gonna hold. I mean, they're not gonna be washed. I don't think. They might be wiped out, but not repeated use like things like this. So I have I'm gonna actually even use the wood butter on the top of my wood butter. So there you go. And this, you know, if you want to label it, that's, you know, of course you do you. This would make an exceptional gift, no matter what time of the year it is, for someone that you know that enjoys cooking, or, you know, has some, you know, really nice investment spoons or utensils. That would be a wonderful gift. And it just so happens I know someone like that. And I have made their own, I need to trim this, but I have made their own spoon butter. And I, you know, just wrapped it a little bit with some burlap, a little bit of twine, which is very appropriate for the kitchen, and some statice. Now, statice, I grew this a couple of years ago, and I have only gifted 2 people in my life with statice. And the meaning of statice is, I miss you. So I hope that they are going to enjoy this, and I'll get this sent out to them pretty quickly. But, you know, you may want to make, you know, a small little thing like this and maybe gift them with some really nice spoons, or, you know, a bowl or a tray or something like that, whatever, you know, what have you. And, you know, I know you guys might be thinking, well, you know, Christmas is a ways away, you know, Thanksgiving is a ways away. But, you know, really what a very nice gift if you're invited over for dinner. Not everybody drinks wine, not me. So, you know, bringing a bottle of wine may not necessarily be the route to go, but I can tell you, if someone is a cook, they are going to really enjoy this. And you don't have to go, you know, a big jar route. I found some of these little tins at like a dollar store. You could pour a little bit of it in that, snap it up, maybe put a little bit of a label on top, and there you go. I know I use some of my salves and things like that in these, but in this particular instance, this is just the route I decided to go. But I hope that y'all give this a try. If you've made the investment in spoons or dishes or things like that, and you know, you don't want them to dry and crack and split and, you know, look horrible, you know, this will absolutely condition them and they will glow. You will see the grain in the wood better. All in all, just an incredible thing. I want to thank y'all so much for joining me here home at the Hollow, and I always hope to see you again. Goodbye now.